From the Frank Beck Chevrolet Studio Annex, it's time again for Time Out Overtime on the Time Out Overtime YouTube channel. I'm your host, Rick Arsenal, and as always, thank you for watching. And if you haven't done so yet, please get down there in that corner and smash that like and subscribe button. Thank you very much. I have been dealing with a voice issue pretty much all day. I'm going to cut this a little bit short today. Hopefully I have enough of a voice to get through the next 15 minutes or so. At least I'm going to give it a try anyway. So Pistons will play tomorrow night against Utah at Little Caesars. They are currently, I believe, 11-16. The Red Wings play tonight at Little Caesars. They'll play the Flyers, who just beat them last week in Philly. Wings come into the game with 12 wins, and I think they've got 28 points. I think the Flyers come in with 32 points. Michigan, big game tonight against 14th ranked and undefeated Oklahoma. Michigan comes into the game ranked 24. I believe they're 8-2. Big game tonight. I think it starts at 9 o'clock. Michigan State defeated for the 23rd consecutive year, defeated Oakland University last night. I don't know why they continue to play that game. Head coach at Oakland says they use that as a measuring stick. If you watched any of that joint post-game press conference last night, both men wearing an ugly green Grinch sweatshirt. Maybe Izzo, maybe they ought to take that act on the road, huh? Anyway, so Michigan State is 9-2 now. I think they're ranked 20th, 20th. I think they're ranked 20th now. Wolverines are 24. I think I already told you that. Anything else? Yeah, there are a couple of bowl games tonight. The Boca Raton Bowl and the Art of Sport LA Bowl are both tonight as we begin the bowl season. What are they now? 3, 4, 5 dozen bowl games every year. As I told you before, I remember when there were just 4. That was quite a long time ago. But anyway, let's do the sponsor commitment here, and then we'll get on to the Lions. Colder winter's here. It's upon us. Not just closer than you think. It's already here. And if you haven't done so yet, get into the service department at Frank Beck Chevrolet, because now is the time to make an appointment to make sure your car is ready for the winter weather ahead. Let them check the strength of your battery, your belts, hoses, wiper blades, antifreeze, and more. Plus, now is the perfect time to get that new set of tires so you don't go slipping and sliding down the highway. And if you don't think your car will make it through another rough Michigan winter, let the sales pros at Beck's help you find a vehicle for all seasons. The 2025s are rolling in nearly every day out of the lot right now, so their selection is tops. You check out their selection, check out their inventory rather, on their webpage at frankbeckchevy.com, or better still, stop by the dealership on M99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville. Let them help you experience the Frank Beck difference. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Chevrolet drives Southern Michigan. As I said, the bowl season kicks off tonight. It doesn't really kick. They play so many bowl games. All I know is we've got 2 games tonight: the Boca Raton Bowl and the Art of Sport LA Bowl. They keep adding bowl games every year. Odds and ends: the Lions have signed Anthony Pittman. Anthony Pittman, the linebackers, back with the Lions now. They plucked him off of the Jaguars practice squad, immediately put him on. I guess he's on the 53-man roster right now. Linebacker Anthony Pittman, welcome back to the Lions. By the way, the Lions, last I looked, were 6.5 point favorite over the Bears on Sunday. A little bit of good news. The Vikings will be in Seattle on Sunday to take on the Seahawks. And initially, it didn't look like Geno Smith was going to be playing in that game because he got hurt in the Sunday night game against Green Bay. But Mike McDonald has come out. He came out today and said Geno Smith is practicing, and it looks like he's going to play on Sunday. So that's good news, I guess, if you're a Lion fan. I have not seen a line on that game. I'll give it to you Friday when we meet again. Cleared the problem. Well, they were practicing today, and I think they're both going to be eligible to play on Sunday. A couple of Lions, or Trevor Nowaski, linebacker, but more importantly, maybe Ife Melifonwu. I think he's good to go. He had a full practice today. I don't see why he wouldn't play on Sunday. And if he does, what you might see the Lions do, I don't know for a fact that they're going to do this, but you could move Ife into one of the safety slots and move Brian Branch over to take Carlton Davis's spot at quarterback. That's a thought. I think Dan Campbell said they don't like to move a whole lot of people around, but it will be good to have Melifonwu back because he played very well last year when he was in there. He hasn't played at all this year. David Montgomery was at a charity event giving things away last night somewhere downtown Detroit. And he was asked by Danny Rogers. He happened to mention that he was not, they haven't put him on IR yet. And he's a little bit coy in what he was saying. But Danny Rogers asked him if there's a chance he'd be back this year. His response was he didn't know. And now Dan Campbell, today at his press conference, said they are seeking a third opinion. I'm not a doctor, but everybody I've talked to today seems to think they're wasting their time with this. He's done for the year. I don't know that for a fact. Like I said, I'm not a doctor. I don't know what it's a knee, it's an MCL apparently, but is it a strain? Must be a strain if they're seeking a third opinion. I don't know. Be nice to have him back. If he's not coming back, obviously, I think Jahmyr Gibbs, who's been getting about 50% of the snaps, will now get about 75%, with a little bit of Craig Reynolds and even the rookie Sione Vaki mixed in. As I said, the Lions are 6.5-point favorites Sunday in Chicago. Going to be dry. It will be sunny, but it will be cold. And I'll have to assume it'll be windy. I think they predicted high for Sunday in Chicago is 27 or 28. With the wind, of course, blowing off of Lake Michigan, wind chill is going to probably be colder than that. But second outdoor game for the Lions this year. Of course, the other one was in Green Bay. I think the Lions' offensive line, I think they really have something to prove in this game. I think they all do. And given what, if you heard about Dan Campbell's weekly Tuesday morning interview on the ticket, if you're not inspired after hearing something like that, I don't know why. I mean, you could go in and Google that. Yeah, it's hard to believe that Dan Campbell is the 11th most tenured coach in the NFL right now. Really, I was quite surprised when I heard that. Anyhow, so the Bears had a walkthrough today. I haven't seen anything about their injury list, but if you saw any of that game Monday night, Caleb Williams was missing a lot of open receivers. And he's been criticized for hanging out of the ball too long. Now, he had a very good second half against the Lions on Thanksgiving Day. He's got very good receivers. The running game is not that good, but I don't know. I wish I felt as positive about Saturday's game as some people do, but of course the Lions said, if they win the last three, they can still be the number one seed in the conference, get a first round bye, and guarantee themselves they'll be home for the playoffs. But first things first, you got to beat the Bears. Then you got to beat the Niners, both on the road. it's looking more and more like that final game against the Vikings at Ford Field, in which there is no announced time for yet. That more than likely going to get flexed unless the Vikings either lose to Seattle or next week at home to Green Bay, and that's very much a possibility. But that's where it stands right now. Jared Goff is positive, upbeat, as he should be. He's had a great year. The only thing is now, if you're a Lion fan, you tune and watch a game now. Your only thought is, well, who's going to get hurt today? Who's going down today? Gibbs. I mean, you shudder every time Gibbs gets the ball in his hands now and runs, or every time Goff goes back to pass. Good grief! I've never seen anything like this. Boy, you talk about snake bit, cursed again. We talked about the curse of Bobby Lane the other day. If you don't know what that's all about, simply Google the Detroit Lions curse of Bobby Lane. That will tell you all about it. All right, before we leave here, good word for a good man. Tim Lindley at Quality BC in downtown Hillsdale, 37 Waldron Street. That's a couple hundred feet west of Waldron. All your technical needs, sales, service, whatever the issues are. Computers new or used. Maybe the computer you have now needs a little work done on it. Flat screen TV, mounting, programming setup. Maybe you're changing internet providers. You need that installed. Printers new or used, anything at all. This is the guy you want to see. Tim Lindley, Lendley, Tim Lindley, Quality PC in downtown Hillsdale, 37 Waldron Street. As I said, a couple hundred feet west of Howell. That's 517-610-5372, or better still, get in there and see him. And when you do, tell him me and Mickey sent you. That's going to do it. Before I happen to lose my voice here, don't forget, I will talk to you all again on Friday, Saturday morning, 9 to 10 here locally, WCSR 92.1 FM, Time Out with Andy Brown. And until Friday night, please treat each other with respect. Have a good rest of your evening. And as always, thanks for watching, folks. Bye-bye.